The magazine's Honda XR650R dual sport conversion motorcycle doubles as our field video filming platform. We needed more fuel capacity and turned to the Acerbis Sahara 6.3 gallon fuel tank as a solution. The Acerbis fuel tank is a complete package. It comes with an installation kit that includes heavy-duty bracket supports. The package includes 2 Petcocks with filtration and reserve capacity to assure adequate fuel flow at all fuel levels in the tank. A support grommet for the top of the frame, clamps, hose, insulators, and all hardware are included in the kit. As a source for this package, we turn to just gas tanks. Installation begins with removal of the fuel tank. These factory panels and the original gas tank will be removed and placed in storage. All fuel should be safely drained from the tank before placing the tank in storage. Remove the 2 front mounting bolts and also disconnect the original fuel hose. Now you can lift the original tank out of position. The original frame backbone support will remain in place. Some parts from the original fuel tank will be reused, including the screw anchor for the rear strap. Here, an impact driver helps remove the screw without damaging the tank. These tank support brackets will also be reused. Their insulator grommets will be reused as well. This hardware, including the washers and bolts, will fit the new Sahara tank perfectly. The original Honda Petcock and hose will not be reused. Here, the front tank brackets have been installed on the new fuel tank. Loosen both radiators. This will allow easier access when you're installing the lower support brackets for the Sahara tank. There are 2 radiator support bolts and insulators on each radiator. The engine support bracket becomes the new support for the lower braces on the fuel tank. Here we remove the flange nut and washer. Leaving the washer out provides enough room for both of the brackets to go into place. Use Loctite 242 on the nut. This is the first trial fit, aligning the brackets with the original bolt holes. The furnished lower brackets are slotted, which makes it possible to move them into position with the tank mounted at the top. The aim is to get these brackets into position and aligned with the lower slots in the tank, while making sure that the brackets do not interfere with the radiators. This may require several trial fitments, removing and reinstalling the tank. Here, the bolt and nut securing the brackets in the engine frame bracket are tightened with a torque wrench. Factory torque is 20 foot-pounds. Make sure that these brackets have sufficient clearance between the bracket and the radiator. Tighten the radiator mounting bolts and then check the brackets for clearance. If necessary, the brackets can be bent slightly to add further adjustment. Going side to side and checking for clearance and fitment at the lower end of the radiator may require trial fitting the entire assembly several times. Tighten the radiator along with the brackets to be certain that you're getting proper alignment. Once the lower brackets are properly in place, secure all 4 radiator mounting bolts. Do not overlook the oil line grommet and the strap that secures it in place. Make sure it's properly aligned. This turned out to be the optimal position for the frame cushion. Be certain that the tie strap does not interfere with the coil or coil wires. This provided cushion supports the front end of the tank above the frame. Here, we're looking to make sure that the cushion is secure and centered The anchor screw for the tank strap comes from the original tank. Loctite 242 on the threads and the proper Phillips screwdriver, a number 3 in this case, secure the screw to the new tank. The original strap fits to the original frame bracket. The rear support for the tank is just like the original factory installation. These are the support grommets and cushions with insert sleeves that support the lower end of the new gas tank. The use of Loctite 242 blue medium strength on all hardware is your assurance that these parts won't rattle loose in service. While securing all hardware, make sure that the brackets, bolts, and nuts do not interfere with the radiator, especially the core area of the radiator. Make certain that there is sufficient clearance between the bracket and the radiator tanks to prevent chafing or any risk of puncturing the radiator in the field. A tribute to the fitment of the Sahara fuel tank is that the seat fits perfectly in place. Once the seat is secure, the package has an overall finished look. Now you can install the 2 Petcocks. They are secured with sheet metal type screws provided with the Petcocks. The O-rings are also provided and must go into position securely. These provided screws secure the Petcocks. They are threaded into plastic and should not be over-tightened. Even, secure, and snug is sufficient. The hex head size is 8 millimeters. Final tightening with a box end 8 millimeter wrench gives a good feel for how tight you're making these screws. You will install the second Petcock in exactly the same way. Protect the O-rings when installing these Petcocks. Do not damage them and make sure they stay flat and in position during tightening. On this installation, braided fuel hose was substituted for the plastic fuel line that came with the package. A brass fuel tee was substituted for the nylon Y fuel fitting that came with the kit. The 5 package clamps were used, and in addition to that, 2 Euro-style fuel injection fuel hose clamps were used. The plastic fuel line made excellent vent hose. The cap is sturdy and has a suitable vent. A trip to the gas station with well over a gallon of fuel in the tank began our fill-up of 91 octane fuel. It's reassuring to know that there's almost 7 gallons of fuel in this tank, providing 2.5 times the range of the original fuel tank. The Honda XR650R was designed by Honda to be competitive in the Baja 1000 and other desert races. It was purpose-built, and now we've added even more purpose to the bike with extended fuel range, with racks and bags, and the ability to carry our video equipment and film video in the field. For aesthetics, design, comfort, and durability, our choice was the Acerbis Sahara 6.3 gallon fuel tank.